Yeah, I just have a question I was wondering if someone could help me with.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, talk to me.
Okay, thank you. I'm Christine, and I was noticing the articles on the jw.org website about Catholics and child sexual abuse. Did you ever see those?
No.
Oh, yeah. If you look on the online library and search that, priests or the Pope or Catholics and child sexual abuse cover-ups, there's quite a few articles, and they talk about things that have been in the news about that situation, you know. Now, I was just wondering what you would think if I wanted to use those articles to show my Catholic friend what was going on, and she said she won't look at them. What would you think about that? Like she would say what if she said the Pope said don't look at those?
I don't know what to say.
Do you think that's wrong?
You know, if people break the law, it's wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you think about someone who's...
It doesn't matter who they are.
Yeah. What do you think about someone who's part of that organization but won't look at that?
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, but what would your impression be of a person like that? Do you think they should...
This is an interview?
Oh, no, this was... Well, I'm talking about the articles that are about Catholics. Say if I wanted to tell my friend about those situations.
Well, you have to use your own judgment on that. I just don't get into that.
Yeah, but I'm just asking theoretically, what would you think about someone so controlled by the Pope if he didn't tell them not to look at it, but what if he did and they said, "Oh, I'm not looking at that. It's all fake."
Yeah. Well,
what would you think about that?
I don't know what to say.
You don't? Would you?
I have no opinion on it.
Would you approve of someone being so controlled like that and say it's all fake news?
I don't have anything. I have no comment on that.
Oh, okay. Could you watch this special that was on television this weekend about Jehovah? Huh?
Brenda and done that. Don't care to.
Did you? Oh, you don't care to either.
Mm-mm.
That's why you wouldn't comment. You think it's okay?
I don't have any comments.
You think it's okay to not know about it? Are you an elder?
What is this all about, ma'am?
I was just wondering why so many witnesses are posting about that it's all fake news.
Well, I have no comment on any of it.
Are you an elder?
Yeah. I refuse to say.
Well, if you are, I would be concerned about it because, they have so many lawyers and so many different layers of corporations that they could actually disconnect from the elders and leave you guys holding the bag. Hello? Hello?
Kingdom Hall.
Hi, I just have a question I was wondering if someone could help me with.
Sure.
Do you have a minute?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Christine, and I've been looking at the website called jw.org.
Excellent. Good.
Oh, okay. I noticed that a really interesting section where they have a lot of their magazines from historically older ones. And I love how they expose about the Catholic Church and the priests and sexual abuse.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you ever see how many articles they have on there about that?
No, to tell you the truth,
Yeah.
I haven't.
They quote stories that were in the media about Catholic Church and child sexual abuse and things like that, and different court cases where they paid out money and the court cases they lost and investigations and things like that. So helpful. So I was trying to show it to my friend who's a Catholic, and she said it's all fake news. I was just wondering, what would you think of somebody who said that had an attitude like that? She seems kind of controlled by the Pope or something.
Well, everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah.
But I do know the JW website, they double and triple check all of their information.
Right. It's really wonderful. Yeah.
To make sure that it's accurate. Because let's face it, there's a lot of fake news and there's a lot of false reports out there. Even some news outlets get it wrong.
Oh, wow. Like about what?
You know, you can. But if she read something or she saw something on jw.org,
yeah,
and it's not a fake site, it's the real, authentic site for Jehovah's Witnesses, then all their information.
Yeah, but the thing is that I think with her is that the Pope said only use the Catholic website.
Oh my goodness!
Would you agree with that?
Well, you know, in a case like that where if she wants to believe what the Pope says, that's her prerogative.
Yeah. What do you think about him saying? What do you think if he or a priest did say that to only use their official information?
Love the Bible, love what the Bible says.
Yeah. But I'm asking you, what's your opinion of that if they said?
The Bible says, and what some churches are doing, it's like day and night difference.
Yeah. What's your opinion of them saying only use their official website? If the Pope did say that.
Well,
is that really a good idea? Or does that set off kind of a red flag to you? If someone says only use our source, it's the only trusted source. Is that concerning to you that they won't look at jw.org? My friend wouldn't look at jw.org.
She wouldn't?
No.
Oh boy.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Well, everybody has their own opinion. But
yeah. I'm not asking about opinion, but what do you think about an organization doing that, limiting their knowledge and information, saying everything else is fake outside the Vatican website?
Well,
is that okay?
You have to. Each person has their own mind, their own brain.
Yeah, but they want to control them to only use one source. And that way, she's like conditioned to not look at anything else. It's almost like a fear thing.
Well,
do you think that's right to do that?
I can't. Let me get your name and address, and we can have an extensive. We'll come by and talk with you.
No, thank you. You just haven't said whether you agree with doing that or not. And so that's concerning now to me that you don't think there's something wrong with that. Sociologists call that a mark of a high controlling group as a very negative thing.
It's interesting. Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
If you had a glass of water and someone... And you ask them, is this water pure? And they said, well, it's 98% pure. Well, what's the other 2%? Well, it may not be pure.
Don't you think a Catholic should use? Do you think a Catholic should read about it and just use their own brain? They don't have to be treated like children, do they?
What's that?
Don't you think a Catholic should read the articles and just use their own brain to find out if it's true rather than having someone tell them, don't look at this, don't look at that?
Well, you have to talk to a Catholic about that.
Well, I was just wondering your opinion about that.
No, I don't have an opinion.
You don't?
You have to talk with them about that.
Well,
but is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, could you help me understand why there's so many articles using news sources about Catholics, but as far as the Jehovah's Witnesses, a situation that has been prominently in the news? Their official court cases.
I'm sorry.
The Australian investigation. Have you looked at those?
You're pretending to be one thing. I thought you were a person interested in the Bible.
Oh, I am, but I'm not. This is not a Bible topic.
I'm going to end this conversation now.
See,
have to go.
Now you're doing it too.
Kingdom Hall.
Hi, I just had a quick question I was wondering if someone could help me with.
What's that?
Do you have a minute?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I've been looking on the website called jw.org. Do you know that one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate one part that's on there. It's called the online library, and you can look up a lot of things from even some years ago. And I was appreciating how they exposed like the Catholic Church and priests that are, sexual abusers and things like that, different court cases they've had and things in the news about that. I think that's such a good thing to warn people about. So, I was wondering about, would it be a good thing to show to a Roman Catholic person, do you think, to help them to learn about that?
Well, I mean, it would depend upon the situation. If someone is interested in knowing, that would be up to you.
Do you think they should be concerned about it?
Well, I mean, that type of thing that happens should be a concern on everybody.
Exactly. What if they thought that what if the Pope told them not to look at it?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
What if the Pope told them not to pay any attention to that and don't even read about it?
Well, I mean, that very well could happen, and it would be up to the individual. But as far as it being available, then that would, especially if you know of a situation where it might be of some sort of comfort to a person, that would be wrong to try to share it. But, you wouldn't want to.
Do you agree with that them trying to control the people like that by saying don't look at it?
Well, I don't really agree with that. It's up to the individual to make their choices. But
they do believe he's like God's only channel, so then they might be afraid they will be punished by God or something like that. If he says he's the vicar of Christ on earth.
Well, that very well could be a possibility. And like I said, God, Jehovah's made us free moral agents. So we make our decisions for ourselves. Really, any decisions we make should be based on what the Bible has to say about whatever the subject is.
Do you think when a group does that to the people, like say if theoretically, they did tell them from the top down, don't even look at any of that, is that concerning? Do you think it's kind of a red flag,
It would be a concern. Like I said, it would be up to the individual.
Well, I know you keep saying... Yeah. But what I was asking about, though, is if the leadership tells them not to even look at it. That seems like they're trying to cover it up even more,
Well, I can understand that. Who am I speaking with?
Christine, what's your name?
Christine?
Yeah.
Well, my name is Rick.
Oh, okay. I just felt a little paranoid about giving that out. But, I appreciate you talking to me about it. I think if let's say theoretically, if their leadership, who claims to be, authorized by God, tells them not to look into that, I don't know. It seems like there's just things they don't want them to know. It's kind of a controlling thing. That's an unhealthy situation, I think.
Well, I understand that, and I do agree with it. But like I said, it's up to the individual to make their own decision on things like that.
Yeah, but their leadership doesn't. What if the leadership doesn't think it's really their decision and actually makes people afraid to actually just look at facts? I think that's very concerning.
Well, it's sort of this, in our organization, what we do is we give direction, and there is a leadership that gives direction and so on. It's still up to the individual. For instance, Apostle Paul, he foretold an apostasy that would happen. Now, sometimes, and we come in the latter part of the day. Of course, we believe that we're living in the latter part of the day of the system. This world as we know it will eventually be done away with by God. We don't know that time, obviously, but it will be done away with. Apostate ideas, which are taught sometimes in various religions, they are dangerous. They are scriptures that talk about subverting the faith of weaker ones, and it would be a kindness to help them to avoid things that might undermine their faith.
Do you think? Let me just interrupt real quick. Thanks for explaining that. But do you think that things that are just provable facts are in that category? Or, do you think like a Roman Catholic, let me ask you this question. Do you think a Roman Catholic person who does not want to know any of this, aren't they kind of complicit with the situation then by putting their head in the sand kind of?
I guess with a lack of information, they could be considered that.
Yeah. Do you think things are facts like, say, if it's on a government website and things like that, and court transcripts? You know what a court transcript is, where it's like written, people can see them. They can read what was in the court. And like people paying out money in legal cases, admitting guilt by paying off the person, paying money, so they'll drop. Then it's.
Well, if those things are public, available to the public, and if they wanted to look at them, that would be up to them.
And I think they should, and not only should they. I think they should want to, because you don't want to have a culture of silence and cover up, because see, that makes the problem worse. So, have you looked at any of the court cases and the Australian investigation about Jehovah's Witnesses?
I have seen some things, yes.
Oh, good. Which ones have you seen?
Off the top of my head, I can't tell you which court case.
Did you see the one where Brother Jackson went to testify under oath in Australia?
I don't remember that name. It's been a while since I looked at him.
Well, Jeffrey Jackson is one of the governing body. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he testified there under oath. Would you be interested in seeing that one?
I had a feeling that this was what you were going to get at.
You did? Is there a problem? Is there a problem? Why would you connect it with Jehovah's Witnesses? What I was saying about control. That's interesting that you would make that connection. There must be some control, a lot of control on the members then, if you're relating to what I was saying. But I think that's really awesome that you can see.
Control. It is up to the individual to make their decision.
Yeah.
I understand your concern, but some of the things that are printed may be right. Some of them are wrong.
So what? So it's your duty to look into the ones that are true. And you're not in kindergarten. You're a grown adult, and I think that you can tell things that are true, or you can check by asking other people or other sources. Especially something like the Australia Royal Commission, where the governing body guy was actually there and took an oath on the Silver Bible to tell the truth. Well, certainly it would be wonderful for you to see him being so bold in his testimony, right?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I understand your concerns. And I agree that there should be no cover-up, but in my opinion, there has been none. So I'm going to end this conversation. So you have a good day.
God bless you.